Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you're well. Very quick update on what I've been painting, which hasn't been very much, but I did manage to go back to the 28 mils and get some Bavarians done. So this is the 1st Battalion of the 7th or the 9th Regiment with the yellow facings, which I'll double check in a second because I've got the book there. And I want to talk a little bit about it as well. But these are Victrix models, Victrix plastics, and the flag is by GMB Designs. I have grumbled before about just the length of time it took to build these Victrix plastics, which is what I think drove me away from painting them straight away, because I think each battalion of 24 men took me, I think, 4 hours to put together. So there was 2 battalions and a battalion of light infantry of 18 figures, and I think all told it did take around 11 to 12 hours of my time to glue them together, because Victrix models are, in a good way, multi-pose if you're into that, but when you want to build units quickly, when you want to get battalions up and on the table, yeah, when a head comes in 2 parts for a Napoleonic figure, that's just too much detail. But anyway, these are the 1st battalion that I've done for them. And this battalion is carrying the, I think it's called the Liebenferne, which I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but that's that flag there. I had a bit of an issue with the flag as well. For those of you that don't know, the Victrix flagpole is not the length required for a GMB Designs flag. So, as you can see, I tried to do a little bit of cutting off the flag itself to get it to fit, but it wouldn't work, so I had to slice off the plastic flag, drill through the hand, stick down a plastic rod, and then get to it. But at that point, I had already put PVA glue on the flag, so it's a little bit bent out of shape, but you won't really notice when they're on the table. So that's the command base, drummer, officer, sergeant, and NCO, and then this is the Grenadier Company. Now, they're not models on any site I have ever seen with the Grenadier Company, but I've given them a Grenadier Company, and I'll explain why in a second. So that's that Grenadier Company, and then this is the Voltigeur Company with the green plumes. And aside from plumes in their hats, the uniforms are all exactly the same. And then we have 3 companies of Fusiliers, which are very striking in the blue and the yellow with the white trousers. And as you can see, I've started to work, just put in the block colours. You see there's still a shine there, his horse is still wet, of an infantry colonel for a command stand. So these guys I am basing off this book, which is the Armies of, if I can pull it back, Armies of 1812, which is the French army, including 4 regiments, and the Confederation of the Rhine. So this book's a great source for all armies of 1812. It's by a man called Otto von Pifke. I picked this up on Amazon for, I think, a few pounds. I've probably mentioned this book before, but it's really in depth, and it has, if I can find the right page. Oh, well, here's an example. So this is all your corps that you've got. So it is, in fact, the 9th Line Infantry Regiment, Isenburg, which is Colonel de la Motte, 1st and 2nd Battalions. So it's the 9th Infantry Regiment who have the yellow facings that I have started to build up first. So the idea would be, if I were to do an entire brigade of Bavarians, I would go for this 6th Corps, which was under the command of Marshal Saint-Cyr, and then it would be the 1st Bavarian Corps under General de Roy, with the 1st Brigade, and you have the 1st Light Infantry Battalion, which is the battalion I'm going to make up, and then 1st and 2nd Battalions of the 1st Line Infantry and 1st and 2nd Battalions of the 9th. So I will make, with the set that I have, the 1st and 2nd Battalions of the 9th and the 1st Light Battalion. And then to round the brigade out, I might go visit Perry's sometime in the future, throw down some cannon and probably purchase some metal figures to do the 1st Line Infantry Regiment, because I don't think I have the patience for Victrix anymore. But also what this book does, and again I'll try and find the page here, is uniform guides in great detail. So here we have the Bavarians. And as you can see, it tells you, so the light infantry battalions have dark green coats with red turnbacks, and then the regimental facings. So the number 1 battalion has black lapels and cuffs with a red collar and yellow buttons. So it's really, really good for battalion. And if you go to, there's the infantry regiments, infantry regiment number 9, they had a yellow jacket with red piping and yellow cuffs, and yeah. So really, really good. If you are looking to do anything with the armies of 1812, I would recommend that book. But that's it so far. In this tray over here, I have got the next battalion sprayed up and ready to go. So I'll get started on those this week, and hopefully get a nice little brigade of Bavarians ready for the tabletop soon. But yeah, that's everything so far, folks. I hope everyone else's hobbies are going well. And I should say that that book is the only reference that I've seen that each battalion contained Grenadier and Voltigeur companies. So they says the Grenadiers had red plumes and the Voltigeurs had green plumes. So I added those to my battalions, and it just helped create a little bit of variation in the battalions as opposed to everything being sort of very monotonous. But anyway. That's that done. Hope everyone else's hobbies are going well, and yeah, happy wargaming.